Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is empathetic leadership, becoming a leader who cares. I had the opportunity recently to spend a lot of time in a service-based organization that was very stressful for many of the employees there as well as myself. And one of the things that I noticed consistently is the degree of care and concern that each person in the organization shared toward the client population. And after a while, I recognized that they weren't just acting like they cared, but they were really, truly, genuinely concerned about the population of people with which they interacted. And that made me think about the level of empathy that they were showing within their particular environment. Now, what is empathy? Empathy is really our capability to experience what others are feeling, to understand what others are feeling. And empathy is a core element of emotional intelligence. And hopefully you've heard in various leadership discussions that the importance of emotional intelligence in being a good leader. And that really is the leader's ability to understand the people that they interact with, to put themselves in their shoes, to really relate to them on a deeper level. And so the question is, how empathetic are you as a leader? Leaders who lack empathy are those types of leaders who make decisions and really don't take into consideration the people that they will impact, both inside the organization and in their client and stakeholder group. But empathetic leaders instead are very, very concerned and very attuned to how the decisions will be received, how they will impact others, and how they can get to a win-win solution on whatever the issue is. So I have for you 4 areas of empathetic leadership that as a leader, it's good for you to practice. And it's all around the acronym CARE. The first is C, and the C stands for compassion. And now, frequently in corporate arenas, we put on what I'll call the corporate face. And we don't always relate to people in terms of the deep personal experiences that they're going through. So for instance, let's say you have a group of people in your organization who personally have been through a flood or a hurricane, because there are natural disasters, unfortunately, that occur. Are you willing and able to make some exceptions to the normal corporate policy to meet their needs and their family needs? That builds a strong bond. The next letter is A for approachability. So, how do you interact with people in your organization? In formal and both informal ways, formal and informal ways, are you very approachable? Is it easy for people to come up and talk to you and share information with you so that you really get a sense of what's going on in the organization? The third letter, the R, for relatability. Can you relate to the common experiences that people in your team are having and share with them that you have the same common experiences as well? We're all parents, or we're all spouses, or we're all raising children, or whatever it is that you can relate to them around so that you can share some common issues with them. And then the fourth letter, E, is for encouraging, being encouraging to others, being sincerely interested in the best outcomes that others can have. So that's the acronym. The acronym CARE is for compassion, approachability, relatability, and being encouraging. Lastly, people will never care how much you know until they know how much you care. Remember that. People will never care how much you know until they know how much you care. Thanks for listening.